There we go.
Okay.
And I'm still
Yeah.
getting the minutes going, so bear with me if I'm.
Yeah, let me call stuff up here. Just got to talk.
You're very good.
Okay, first item of, where did the agenda?
Looking to see who else was in the meeting.
Okay, we thought that.
Oh, Jesse's gonna be late.
Okay,
She's got another 6 o'clock, so she's gonna be in at like 6:15.
okay, okay. Can somebody, I can't see that far, so can somebody monitor what's coming up on the chat if there's anything I need to?
Oh, Phil had just said this sort of local history that might really that's the kind of local history that might really connect with high school students.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
in regards to their previous
That was
conversation.
Prior.
And Dave Devereaux asked, Laura, what is your background?
It's like twins.
Okay, I was just about to put it in the chat. Yeah, I asked AI to give me a forest of antenna. So, or antennae. So that's what they gave me.
Thank you.
They kind of look like they're on fire.
Oh, yeah.
So the reason I asked is because of the California wildfires.
I didn't even think about that. I did this
It made me
before
think
the
about it.
fires.
Mount
But
Mount
yeah,
Wilson is where all the antennas are in Los Angeles, and the fire got very close to Mount Wilson and apparently burned one of the transmitter buildings. So I don't know which one. So
That's not your
Okay, any,
That a big thing there.
any comments or requests to amend the agenda? Is it gonna stand as submitted?
It's good to meet you.
Hearing none.
Good.
Next item, approval of the December 2024 minutes. Looked accurate to me. Any comments, clarifications?
Nothing for me.
Otherwise, they can
Thank you for the
stand
minutes, Sam.
as submitted. No communications from the public.
Ooh, that's
I wrote a
good.
piece for the
Okay.
newsletter on the task force on the future and actually got some responses on it. So
Good.
Esty Denor is going to join, and a guy named New Phone Rick, who does a music show, is going to join, and Doug Loomis also wants to be on it. So we'll get to that later on. No executive committee actions. We have a treasurer's report, and we can have two people to the now and future treasurer is going to make some reports. Laura, why don't you start?
Yeah.
So we just had a finance committee meeting, and you can read the report thanks to Susan, who dashed it off. And basically, I am stepping down at the as the treasurer, and Nicole has offered to take my place. I really appreciate her stepping up kind of in a hurry. I haven't been able to make it in. I'm having mobility issues. So thank you, Nicole. And I guess that also takes me off of the executive committee. And Nicole, that'll be another one of your responsibilities. We didn't talk about it, but
I knew that came with the gig.
Right. Yeah. I'm not saying we should.
No, but
just
no, yeah. That's-
formally.
Yeah, no, it's on the agenda for that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if what that means as far as action on the part of the board this evening, but probably the sooner the better, because Mary Joy has things she needs to get done, and part of that is the treasurer's responsibility.
Yeah, I put it on the agenda. We can do it as soon as we're done with the other finance committee business and other reporting things. So
One of the things, okay.
no, go ahead.
I was just going to say, one of the things we discussed was the dashboard and how that looks. What we're trying to do is to clear up, to make the review of the finances a little less onerous for the board. And so we're going to combine a couple of graphics into the dashboard for next month. And we probably will have a note that more detailed information to be found in the spreadsheets on the drive. But I don't think we're going to be linking all of the spreadsheets, the QuickBook financial reports, et cetera, in the agenda. I think it's just overload, information overload on the part of the board. So you can get it if you want it, but I think the dashboard will provide you most of the information you need for your fiduciary responsibilities.
Jeffrey,
So, I think I've said this before, probably with different treasurers. To me, as a non-finance committee member, but nevertheless with the same fiduciary responsibility as everyone on the board, the most important thing in a dashboard and information to me is any aberrations that the finance committee has found. So having, I don't care though whether it's a pretty graphic or not, but having noted in the finance report, in the dashboard, I don't care what it is. It could be we're spending 50% more on printing. There is a good or not good reason for that. And I just made that up, obviously.
That's an excellent. Specific.
And obviously to the positive too, took in, 35% more in this line than we did last year, whatever. I don't envision more than 5 or 6 of those a month, maybe fewer.
Or maybe even a year.
Well, whatever.
Depends on the year. The highlights.
We run a tight ship. So to me, where organizations get in trouble is when no one, except maybe few people who hoped they'd go away, saw those things and asked earlier about them rather than when it became a much bigger problem. So that's a request.
Okay.
is there anything, as you see from the quickly produced finance committee notes, I have signed.
Well,
You go ahead. Somebody about to say something?
yeah, I did have a couple other things I wanted to.
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
First of all, just in response to first of all, I'm seeing that my internet connection is not the best. So hopefully, let me know, wave at me or something if I'm cutting out. But just so that you're aware of this. Anyways, going on, in response to Jeff, it's hard to know, one man's out of I'm trying to think of the
Deviation.
Exception.
yeah, one man's exception might not be for the if you just set, like, if it's 20% out of the norm, we need to report it. I don't know if that works for every. I'm just trying to say that it's good in theory. It might be hard to pin down in practice, but I'll leave that for Nicole.
My recommendation would be that you are right. If it varies a lot, that it's hard to track, but the finance committee, I think, if they're doing their job well, which I trust that they are, I say all this trusting that they are, can identify a set of important points, that if there's deviation significant, I don't know what significant is. It may depend on what that point is. I mean, 20% extra in a line item that only has $50 in it is not worth reporting about.
Like
Okay.
deciding what's material and what's not.
Right. So,
Yeah.
You're right. It probably takes some discussion to figure that out.
Yeah.
And if it's not ready next month, I won't say it again next month. I promise. But it's just, I I'm trying to do my job, and short of looking at every single piece of paper in the finance report, which I don't think is a board's member's responsibility if they're not on the finance committee, having that guidance from the finance committee and treasurer would be helpful.
Yeah. And-
Doug points out here in the chat, he says, as far as anomalies go, Mary Joy lets the committee and staff know if something is off.
That's what I figured she would do. And so even if it's just that information passed along, Mary Joy reported that, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
We are concerned about points 1 and 2, but not about 3 and 4, and here's why.
That's been my practice. I really trust Mary Joy. She does an excellent job on that. And
That's great.
And there are no comments this month. So that's why it's lacking. But we can make a point of putting that into the dashboard if there are such points to be raised. I think we can do that going forward. I would like the board to feel free to make suggestions about what should be in the dashboard. There hasn't, and we've asked this before, what would you like to see in the dashboard? There haven't been many comments, but we'll make a note of this to put into the minutes or into the agenda for the next finance committee meeting. The other thing is the Super Saver account. And that was supposed to be done by the end of the year. It has still not been done. I think that it's Stu's availability that is the main hang up here. So as soon as we can get Stu to, because we want Stu to be the signatory or that's not the word. But
The person of record?
Annuitant.
The weird word.
Okay.
annuitant,
Well,
annuitant.
Annuitant. Signed a bunch of
I
stuff.
signed a bunch of stuff today.
I think that's what he handed Mary Joy during the meeting. Was that? But there was something else.
I signed half a dozen different.
Yeah, okay, very good. But in any event, as far as the time of this meeting, I don't think it's been done. So it's nice to know that there's been progress made on it.
Okay, who is in control, or where's the paper that I need to sign? Do I need to go someplace?
Mary Joy, and I don't know what it is you were handed today, so I can't, I would check with Mary Joy.
Okay. Yeah, if I'm the reason why it hasn't been done, I'll do it.
Very
so
good.
Anything else? But I think I signed a bunch of stuff, so hopefully all that stuff will be, but I'll check with Mary Joy. Anything else that,
Oh,
yeah.
it's the Heartland. So we need Stu, Tom, Sholly, Sybil, Adrian, me once I'm voted in, to meet at the same time at Heartland to become new signers. So that is a thing we all have to coordinate.
Maybe send out what are those,
Yeah.
doodle poll or something.
We'll have to talk about that later, but yeah, that is one of the action items from that we need to get done is to
for it.
kind
I
of.
think Mary Joy has been on this and has contacted the staff members, but they just haven't been able to get it organized.
Okay,
Yeah,
Seems a little odd that you have to be there all at the same time.
right.
I've
it is,
dealt
and
with
she's
that
having it.
in
She's having an issue with her
organizational
not
things.
responding to her
Ah,
very quickly,
okay.
so it's a little
Mhm.
frustrating. So I think we all just need to get on some sort of email chain and figure out a date.
Okay, so it was not, so I'm not the only reason why this is.
You're not the only, yeah.
No.
The one that you were the only reason for, you solved by bringing in that folder during the meeting.
Okay. Then anything else on that either the treasurer or treasurer-to-be want to bring to our attention?
That, I think Laura covered it all.
Okay, and Laura, just make it, do I understand that due to your health situation, you feel that now is the time that you need to resign as treasurer?
Yes, because we need to get those reviews done. And I can't make it in to do the reviews. And currently we need to be at the station to do those reviews.
Well, before, I just want to let everybody know and put on the record what a really excellent member of the executive committee. You've raised a lot of really good questions. You've been just an exceptional board member and an exceptional executive committee member. And I'm sorry to lose you, and we appreciate the situation that you're in, but I really want to express my appreciation for what you've done so far.
Thank you. I'll miss being on the inside track.
Now, if you have any questions, just let us know. But you do a great job. With that, we have a willing treasurer to be. There is currently, just make it official, Laura has resigned as treasurer. Does the board accept her resignation?
Yes, begrudgingly.
Yes, we wish her good health.
There-
Which I understand is the primary reason for her
Yeah.
stepping down. You're staying on the board though, Laura?
I will continue, although I will need to attend virtually,
Right,
I'm pretty sure.
I understand.
Thanks,
I
Laura.
think, I'm sorry?
Just thanking Laura.
The floor is open now for somebody to move a nominee for treasurer.
I move Nicole Alley for treasurer.
There's a second.
I'll second it.
Oh, yeah, let's let Laura second.
Yeah,
Let
yeah.
Laura move it. Laura's.
Laura,
I
let's-
heartily second it.
No, we're letting you move it. Laura's gonna move it and Tanya will second.
Thanks.
Love it.
Yeah.
Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? There being no further nominations, a unanimous vote will be cast for Nicole Alley as the new treasurer. Congratulations. Thank you for stepping up and offering to do this. We appreciate it.
Thanks.
You're welcome. And yeah, I understand it's big shoes I'm filling,
Yeah.
but I'm happy to help. And I do come with experience. I was a church secretary and financial person. And yeah,
And we need all the extraterrestrial help we can get.
all in whatever God will
Spaghetti
direct.
monsters.
Yes.
All right.
And also welcome to the executive.
Thank you.
Okay, moving then on to staff reports. I think the only staff we have with us is Doug. Doug, anything that you want to bring to our attention or mention in your report?
Underwriting's off to a good start this year. Got a lot of new contracts as well as some faithful renewals coming up. Also, our chili cook-off, Chiliocracy, is at the Harmony on Saturday the 1st. There's a Facebook event up, so feel free to click going or interested and then share with your friends so that we can pack the house again. That's about it from my corner. Other than I'm already starting to work on WORT and getting some of the preliminary work done on that too. Unfortunately, we saw a very low increase in equipment rental costs this year for WORT, so that'll be very helpful.
Okay, and on the point that Doug mentioned about liking and sharing, whenever you're on social media and you see a WORT thing, you see somebody else's program, like it, share it, comment on it. I mean, just get in the habit of every time you see somebody else's show, you know,
Beat the algorithm.
see Ralph posting a thing about something, just, you know, because the algorithm, got to train the algorithm. Such as it is, as long as.
So I should not assume that when you like things on my show, you actually like it.
Yes. It's purely business.
I can take it.
Yeah, they're always good.
Yeah.
Especially like the
You
Panic
can
Africa
make it
shows that you.
Thank you.
Doug, while we got you, anything you want to, anything you want to say now about the retreat, or say that to the latter part of the meeting?
I mean, I don't think so. I've shared the itineraries with staff. We're a little apprehensive about some of the exercises, but everybody's willing to go forward with a positive attitude. So we're
Okay.
open to have good outcomes from the weekend.
Okay. Then moving on, are there any other, were there any action items in any of the, one thing I want to clarify something in Adrian's report. When she talks about, changing the summer outreach, she is still going to be at the 5 major festivals with the tent.
Mhm.
Which I didn't think was entirely clear from that, so I clarified that she'll be at Atwood Fest and Vector Marquette and the other East Side festivals, but some of the things some of the other ones she's finding have been not useful. She's gonna move to a street team and have more targeted outreach, but she will be at the main events. So that
I think that makes sense.
any
My only comment is with Sybil's sending us an email, a report, I don't know,
Today.
maybe an hour ago, maybe an hour and a half.
I couldn't read it.
It would seem to me, even if somebody's really late, and I get it, shit happens, that it shouldn't be too hard to send the board an email on the date it's due or before saying, running late, I'll have it to you by X date and time. I'm not saying we would necessarily like that, but at least we don't kind of wonder, are you even paying attention
Or
to the
is she
deadline?
okay?
Yeah.
Don't know.
Okay. Are there any of the other?
I would be happy to pass that along, Jeff.
Thank you, Doug.
Well, yeah, I hope it's a sense of the board, not just personal for me.
No, I agree too, because I wondered myself. A lot of us have been dealing with health issues, especially in the last couple of weeks. I'm attending virtually tonight because I'm getting over, I don't know what it was, but Tuesday I was taken down, actually Monday night. So in everybody's best interest, I'm staying away as much as I can.
Appreciate that.
But yeah, I think a simple email would suffice. Just saying I'm going to be late because I'm sick as a dog and can't look at my screen.
Or for whatever reason.
Yeah, I mean, it can be
Life happens.
Yeah,
right,
it does.
but yeah, just dropping it an hour or so before the meeting, not okay.
Okay, point well taken. Any of the other staff reports that people want to?
I'm glad to hear about the constant upgrades in our tech and other facilities. I appreciate Tom's report and what appears to be progress being made consistently.
Yeah, we're going to be doing a field trip tomorrow, the engineering committee, some of the members, and Aaron and Tom, to look at WSUM's automation and see what we can apply here at WORT. So looking forward to that.
I was a guest once at WSUM and I was blown away with their they have an entire studio that's just for practice. And it looks just like the one they use all the time.
Segregated fees, man. What a way to go. Doug.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that on the facilities front, I think we've come to a consensus on a carpet style and wall paint. So we're definitely moving forward in the renovation of the lobby and hallway too. So it'll be really nice to see those half-ass carpet squares go away.
I remember when I was going in, I was like, what is this?
Oh, and on the matter of infrastructure,
You want to get something from?
on the matter of infrastructure, I hope people have heard the great Mel and Mr. Smarty Pants promo. I mean, those boys do good promos. I mean, they're really good. It's
just a gold-plated bidet
yeah,
promo.
yeah.
This is very good.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
and I think we should appreciate how often they do those things. I mean, they do good fundraising PSAs and
Agreed.
I hope they know that we appreciate it and they're very well produced.
Fridays for their show.
What?
I rearranged my Friday so I can hear their show live.
Okay.
Because it's not Friday if I don't hear the show.
Okay. Anything else on any of the other reports that people want to?
I had a question and a praise.
Okay.
Still has their
Susan-
hand.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead, Phil.
Yeah, Phil.
Well, I was just gonna say, I don't know if they did two different versions or if they revised the initial Mellon Floyd infrastructure announcement, because and this may be, maybe I'm just crazy, but I would have swore that the first version of that I heard was Mel saying something about, like, click the donate button and, donate. And the one I've been hearing for, I want to say, the last several days has been changed to say, if you can donate, please do so. And I really do appreciate the fact that WORT has stressed that listeners are still important, even if they are not able to financially contribute every time WORT has a need. And I think that speaks to something that the staff has mentioned several times in the past, and I just think that is something that I noticed and think is important.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, okay.
I
Done.
wanted to celebrate Susan's writing that we raised $70,000 more in 1 year than the year before. That's pretty awesome.
Mhm.
I mean, it's remarkable. That's an okay salary around Madison. And I had a question. Maybe Doug, you might know, but I got in touch with Ken Longquist about getting materials from his 8 o'clock buzz shows from the 80s to somebody for archival stuff. Do I talk to Aaron about that?
I believe he's the catch-all, yeah. And I think we have a new promo that's going to start running very soon. In fact, I just got an email from Aaron about the promo that is going to have a special email to send, say, I have something for the 50th. So we're going to kind of use that email as a catch-all.
Okay, great.
Aaron should be able to forward it to whoever.
Yeah, and I can also let Aaron know tomorrow that Ken's got stuff.
Yeah, I just got a hold of Ken on
long-time friend of the station. We all know
Yeah.
Ken is in his Monday nights at Harmony. So yeah, that's fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else in any of the staff reports that people want to comment on in any regard? None. Moving down to Julia, anything you want to call to our attention on the DEI meeting?
Or Phil.
Well, that's another report that just got posted, but we spent most of the time.
Yeah, I think that Phil is the chair this time around, and I think that is linked up there now.
Yeah, it is. So most of the meeting was our interview with Carlos.
Yes, which was quite extensive. I mean, I think the entire meeting wound up taking almost 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Carlos was extremely kind with his time and the level of information he was able to share. And specifically, he mentioned, and I am not a Spanish speaker, so I am not at all sure how to pronounce the Saturday morning show.
Los Madrugadores. Yeah, there we go.
Okay. Okay, I'm not even going to try it. But he specifically mentioned how the hosts have been simulcasting or mirroring their broadcast on both TikTok and Facebook and reaching audiences in Mexico and well beyond the sort of traditional radio broadcast range that WORT traditionally enjoys. And I just thought that was a phenomenal idea, and is something that's worth highlighting, and sort of whether that is something other hosts are willing or able to also try. I don't know, and I'm certainly not going to suggest that, but I just think that that is something that broadens the exposure of WORT to such an incredible range, and
That's
really
definitely-
speaks to their commitment.
That's definitely something for the task force on the future to know.
Yeah.
Some of the Pan Africa hosts have been doing that
Okay.
on Facebook Live.
Yeah.
The only problem, just and I don't know this for Los Madrugadores because I haven't seen the live versions, but I have seen some of the live versions of Pan Africa, and they often, because they like to dance around, are not wearing their headphones. And then sometimes the audio gets off, and it might be fine on the Facebook Live and not on the radio. This is just a training issue. It's all doable, but it's just one of those interesting things that you have to think about. It's not immediately transferable.
Yeah. Laura,
There are also problems transmitting music across these platforms, and it has to do with Digital Millennium Copyright Act issues. We don't have licenses to put that music on Facebook or TikTok, or this is stuff we have to resolve, and it's really not a good idea for hosts to be using their phones to put to transmit WORT. For one thing, as a board, we lose the control over it if they're doing the transmitting, and supposedly that material is supposed to be, under our control. So these are things that the WORT future, and also I know Shali's already working on a lot of this stuff. I know Tom is working on it. I've offered to help. So just so you know, this is more complicated than just propping a phone up in the studio. And there are reasons why we haven't encouraged hosts to do this.
thank you. Dave,
Just to follow on what Laura was talking about, when you're using your phone and you're in the studio and you turn on a microphone, the speakers go off. So the music is interrupted and all you hear is what's going on in the studio, not the people talking in the studio. So it is possible, and the engineering committee is working on mechanisms to do that. And so what you have to do is get an audio feed from the board and plug it into a jack on the bottom of the phone in order to accomplish a good quality of music that doesn't go away when you turn the microphone on. But,
actually, it's more complicated than that, Dave.
Right.
Yeah.
And so there's more to it that could sound better. And we'd like to encourage people to all work together to achieve these kind of things so that we're all going in the same direction.
I think that Task Force on the Future has its first discrete assignment to investigate both the legal and the our internet connection is unstable. Well, that applies to many of us individually as well.
Yeah.
We need to investigate both the legal and the technical aspects of that, because I mean it has great potential, but there are also legal and technical issues about it. But this is something for us to pursue.
Phil did say, oops, maybe I should not have
Yeah.
highlighted this.
No, that was good, Phil, because it's an important point, and it's good for us to know about it and to address it. Yeah.
Yeah, and we have the camera too. Like I donated like a
Yeah.
broadcast camera that you can run. That robot camera is called a Mevo. Nice one. It was from the Idea Theater.
We'll figure it out in task force.
Yeah,
for the
it's
future.
in Doug's office,
Okay.
and it could get wired into that studio. And if they were broadcasting off of, if it was recorded on our camera with good sound,
Yep.
I think we'd have better control.
Okay. Okay.
It's
that was-
much more complicated though than just adding cameras, because if it was just cameras, we'd have done it long ago. So there's a lot of issues. The Digital Millennium Copyright Act is like over 25 years old now, and I don't think there's been a single person or a single radio station that's been dinged for putting music over streaming music that they don't have rights to. That hasn't happened yet. At least I saw that on one of the Ken Friedman actually posted that, and I trust him. Anyways, the point being that this is stuff that we're behind the scenes are talking about. I just want to let you know that it hasn't escaped everyone's attention on the staff.
Oh, it's going to be an issue. Yeah. What's that?
Doug has chimed in. He says it's a question of music licensing. On the
Yes.
music side, we are limited to live performance and interviews that we could have performers sign off on. Our music right through NFCB only included broadcast and archive for 2 weeks. News and talk, anything goes. As is the same for other styles of broadcasting or podcasting, and outside of our wheelhouse, things change.
So I don't think, interestingly enough, since the station doesn't have policy on this, as far as I know, that an individual broadcasting off their phone is a WRT broadcast. And that's if that's what it is. It's the individual's broadcast,
It is.
And that may or may not violate that act, but in a weird way, it may be for the moment until we're clear on what we want to do with this. Good that we don't have any policy that people are violating. Because right now it's just a free-for-all.
But it's something that, I mean, it's a high priority for us to investigate both the legal and the technical
Sure.
issues, because it could be the way of the future. It could be a pitfall of legal and technical morass.
Right. Agreed.
Yeah.
I think we've strayed very far away from the DEI committee's
Yes.
report.
Good point.
Yes.
I think we should. It's a great thing to discuss,
But
but
Okay. Anything else on the DEI committee report? Yeah.
Oh, I was just going to say, and it was just a small little mention in Carlos's, hour and a half long interview. So, but I want to recommend, and I always mispronounce Las Meducladores, and their production values are extremely high. And even though I don't understand Spanish, it's a very fun program to listen to.
Okay. Anything else on DEI? None. Engineering committee report, anything that you need to address on that? Few of us understand, but we just trust that the engineering committee knows what it's doing.
Yeah.
Programming committee, do we need more?
can I just give
Yeah.
a couple quick updates on personnel committee for everybody
Yeah.
else? One, you may recall that we agreed, or staff suggested, and then personnel committee agreed that starting evaluations in July was a good idea. At our personnel committee meeting, we were unsure whether the staff understood we may not finish in a month. So we thought we could do it in 2, July and August. I communicated with Doug, who said he thought that was fine. And I think we'll just get ready as we get closer to July. The other thing is, I think everybody knows that, and it was in Shawley's report, that Jade has left, and it was actually, give Laura credit, the idea of doing an exit interview. And I'm assuming it's not done yet, but we have a couple volunteers on our committee who are going to do that exit interview. And I had just coincidentally had saw Jade in the station last week and asked her if she was fine with it, and she said, yeah.
As is Shelley.
Yes, both.
Thank you for that. And I was hoping that Jessica would be with us. She's not with us yet, but we'll
She never showed up.
okay, anything on the programming committee? Julia, I think you're the only one here from the program committee. Anything you want to?
Yeah, sure. Not a lot of updates. I did just add a link to it there, to the agenda if you'd like to take a look. Yeah, current interim chair is still Tom, and meeting at 5:30 now instead of 5. That was a slight change over what was conveyed last time. No changes over the programming, the potential programming change or switch, and an actual formal proposal on Hmong Radio and Best of Gospel. So we're still working through that and discussing on our end. I did make sure to convey, though, the importance that the board conveyed to me regarding Best of Gospel and that type of program. So we're discussing that still. Sybil did mention in her director's report, which I understand if folks didn't quite get to it, that she requested the programming committee to think on which audiences are being served and not being served currently for WORT. So we discussed taking a look at what data exists, and specifically the Jacobs Media Survey information that we have, and to see what we can do with that data and how else we can get data on our listening base. Those are the main, and Shelley had a lot of great ideas for that, but those are the main updates.
Can you tell me when somebody applies to do a show, is there a standard thing that happens next? Does Sybil get back to them? Does it, because a friend of mine applied to do a show, got no response for a month, and just finally said, okay, never mind. Is there any kind of...
That's a great question. So yeah, my understanding is structure for that was put together in the spring of 2024, I believe. And there are some forms out there, but a formal process was never approved for it. So yeah, my understanding is there's no formal process in place. And that is something that, yeah, is on our list of tabled items to look at. So yeah, I understand that concern.
Laura, did you want to speak on this point or a different point? Because Jeff also wanted to follow up on this point. Did you have something on this?
I wanted, not on that specific point, no.
Okay, let me go to Jeff then and then get back to you, because I think he wanted to follow up on this.
Sure. So we used to have a very clear form, policy, structure for all programmer hires. They were announced as PSAs and carts regularly. There were deadlines for applying. There was submissions and interviews. That just stopped at some point, I'm going to guess 15-ish years ago. And hiring since then has been haphazard and random. I've never thought that was okay. It probably has DEI implications when you have no form, policy, deadline. So I consider it a huge problem.
You realize, of course, that you're rapidly talking yourself into appointment to the programming committee.
So,
Laura.
Yeah, our schedule is probably our most public DEI announcement or projection. That's what the public sees. That's what they hear. That's just a comment. But I had a couple of questions. Is the Best of Gospel the Sunday night upheaval that Sybil was referencing in her report? That's my first question.
Yeah, that's correct.
Is
Yep.
there more? There aren't other shows involved, just that specific show?
Excuse me.
Best of Gospel and Hmong Radio are the two that are in discussion. So it'd be, yeah, music and the news side then for Hmong Radio for the most part, though there is music in it. But it's just those two shows. Yeah.
Thank you. And then the other one is I noticed a link to the PC initiatives, the programming committee initiatives that I can't open. Is it possible to make that available to the board?
Yeah, I think I can. Well, I might not. I probably have permissions to do that, like literally within Docs. So I'll take a look at that. I don't see why not.
Thank you.
I'm gonna put it back in the agenda.
Julia, do you have a full complement of members, or do you need more appointees, people appointed to the board, to the committee?
The more the merrier. I mean, we're doing pretty well. I would certainly want folks that join to do so of their own volition. But I think discussions there are going pretty well. Jeff, you sounded interested though, so.
Possibly. I mean, we could talk about, maybe you and I can talk off the record and get a better sense of whether I'm needed.
And one of the things that Shali really wants us to do, I don't think there is a single unified roster of who is on what committees, and that would be a good thing for us.
I think that would be, yeah, I think that's a big need. I would echo that.
Yeah, before we leave tonight. Yeah, Doug.
Yeah, a couple of things. The first was the makeup of the programming committee is defined by its charter, and I believe only one board member can serve on it. If I remember right, as well as the only staff that are allowed to serve on it are Sybil and Shali. And then my other point was a response to Jeff, and I remember going back several promos for various hires of music shows, because I create the schedule with Sybil of what promos we run, so I know which ones are in there, and I can dig back and specifically see the last time we ran one.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if the reason one hasn't been run recently is because she may already have a stack of prior applicants for that specific genre of shows to pick through who already expressed an interest in WORT. I'm not answering for her. I can't tell you that that's the reason. I know that, like, the last time we needed a new jazz host, she had a promo running. The last time we needed a classical host on Monday morning, she ran one and we got Brian. So it does happen.
I'm glad to hear that there are occasional promos running. I'm also well aware, and this whole thing, that's where we run into DEI problems too, of, oh, she had a few people who were interested, so she didn't run a promo. And that means nobody from the outside had an opportunity. But whatever. I mean, I have strong feelings about it, but it's, Julia's doing a great job on the programming committee, and we can't have more than one board. Maybe after my board term is up.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. And I would say even maybe make that suggestion to Sybil as something you noticed, and see if she has plans to run promos for these new shows, because she has several shows that she has to hire new hosts for.
Okay.
Julia.
Yeah, I can add it as an item too, to take a look at that aspect of the charter. So I'll do that. And I think that in terms of submission of new shows, part of it is also probably reactive to need. I'm speculating a little bit on Sybil's part here, but our programming is pretty full. Seldom are there openings for folks to step into a lot of spots, all things considered. So I think that might be part of it, that there aren't often pressing situations, if that makes sense. That doesn't mean there shouldn't still be a process established and followed. But I think that might be part of why it's been a lower priority. Again, it's mostly speculation there, but.
Nicole,
Yeah, I think what Stu might have been bringing it up for is because like somebody did try and apply, but received no response. And I
Right.
think that's the
Right,
issue.
nothing
Is
at all.
we're not looking for anything that's some sort of like any, like even a response of like, hey, we're not accepting these right now, but thank you and we'll
Yeah,
keep this
very
for
good
later.
point. Very
But
good
just
point.
like, yeah, something so that we're not just leaving people thinking it's going to a nothing
Even, yeah,
box.
even from a professionalism standpoint, that does make
Yeah.
sense. Yep.
thank you. Before we leave committee work groups, let's go around the table and for the record, say what committees we believe we're on and see.
Somebody write it down.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, okay,
Second
okay.
grade.
well, I mean, it'll be on the tape, but okay.
It'll be on the
There
tape.
is
Yeah, let me put
there
it.
is a shared document already under board orientation in that folder, Dan. If you want to
Okay.
back out to board and staff, there's a folder specifically for board orientation. And in there is the whole list of what committees exist. And I will tell you right now, that list is in dire need of updating.
Okay, so I'm
Tried
in
to keep it up as much as I could.
here. Wait. I'm going back. I'm in board meeting,
Board and staff.
board and staff. Okay, I think I'm in board and staff main.
Board
And
orientation.
then, is there a board orientation folder?
There is. Okay, I'm there.
And now
Yeah.
there should be some sort of committees list somewhere.
I see board member jobs, okay, board member jobs description, roster, member checklist,
There's actually not.
orientation, WORT structure,
Let me see if I can find it quick.
welcome packet. It may be. Just open them and maybe we'll get lucky.
Profile?
Not the checklist.
Right here.
There's a 2018 Excel or
Oh, well, I'm just gonna update the executive committee roster here.
Well,
That's the wrong damn place. Oh,
Hey,
there it is. Okay, I'm sorry, wrong folder. If you go to board and staff and then go to the committees folder,
oh.
and then you'll
Oh.
see committee profiles July 23.
okay, here, wait.
Committees.
I was updating the roster with Nicole.
board and staff.
So that's the latest one we've done. So it's been a year and a half since we've updated this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that sounds
then-
right.
It still has Dean on as treasurer
Staff,
in
what's
the
the staff?
executive.
Oh, sorry, here, it's here,
I don't bring my
committee
computer.
profiles,
Okay,
and there's a bunch of them, but the latest
Okay,
one
well,
is
well,
2023.
I mean, we don't, let's just get the information down.
Yeah,
and we
and then
can
we'll-
format it in its proper. So I'm on executive, personnel, and policies and bylaws.
Are you writing that down?
I'm still getting the.
Just make a new document and we'll input it later. And get it
Yeah,
done.
I would, copy and rename it to 25 and then we could take it from there.
Okay, here, wait.
Yeah, but it's gonna be difficult because we're not going through it by committee, we're going through it by person. That's why I think Nicole was just suggesting he take notes on it,
Yeah.
and then it can be
Yeah.
Right,
transferred
right.
over into a new document.
Yeah, if
Which-
someone would like to take that down, I could transfer it into the spread, into this tomorrow when I get into the office.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got a committee profiles 20, it says July 25. But it's in, okay,
Should be
Stu,
January
what
25.
are you on?
So I'm on executive, personnel, policies and bylaws, and let's do committees. We'll deal with anything else subsequent. And
Policy and bylaws.
I'm on personnel, and I think at last meeting, although I was looking for it in the minutes and it's not, which I'm not criticizing, I'm just trying to help myself remember that I agreed to be on the task force, the 50th task
Yeah.
force.
At this point, I just wanted to do the formal committees, and
Right.
then, you know, we'll,
I'm not on any other
Okay.
formal committee.
okay.
Okay, wait here. I'm putting it all the way at the end. Which one? Policy and bylaws?
Personnel, he's on personnel,
Person,
chair of personnel. Dan, you're on,
chat. I'm on executive. I'm on executive. I chair elections. I'm on DEI and the
You know.
50th. Yeah, I know.
True.
okay.
PERS and
And you're on finance?
I'm on finance and DEI
Laura,
and future.
Personnel, engineering, DEI. That's at the end of this meeting. You don't want to know what I was on at the beginning of the meeting. I
Right,
don't
right.
think.
Yeah.
Copy
Okay.
paste.
Okay. Personnel.
okay, so say again, it was personnel, DEI, and
Engineering.
engineering. Okay, Julia,
I'm on DEI programming, and I'm excited to get to work on future WORT task force.
excellent.
But that's a task force. You're only looking for committees, right?
Yep, just just kind of rattling it off.
Oh, okay.
Task forces
Okay,
too.
Otherwise, I had some to add.
okay.
Of course you did, Laura.
Phil. Phil, what committees are you on?
Sorry.
I don't see him.
Sorry,
Did
was
he
I
leave?
muted?
No, he's
No,
there.
he's here.
Oh, okay.
Personnel, no, I'm sorry, I'm not
There
on
you are.
personnel anymore. DEI and policies and bylaws. And we're not talking about task force.
Doug, I'm sorry, was there more?
Just to say that the mural committee has been on hiatus since, I don't know, July, August, sometime last year.
Doug,
The Finance Committee and Events Work Group.
Nicole,
Now, I am on the finance, executive, cab, and elections.
Oh yeah, elections. And Julia's on the cab.
I'm on cab. Julia's not.
Nicole's on cab.
Oh, Nicole's on cab. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
executive.
I get these committees
True.
confused.
Okay.
Okay, wait, you're executive finance,
Executive finance.
DEI.
Nope, not
Oh, yeah,
DEI.
'cause
Cab
cab.
and election.
Julia, DEI, Nicole, Cab.
Yeah.
Cab, Nicole,
Boom.
DEI, Julia.
Perfect.
There we go.
Tanya,
I am on personnel and executive.
okay, and as to the task force on the future, I think I took the liberty of, so I finally got around to asking Tom to create the group. So the group now exists. There is an email list that now exists, and the address is future@wordfm.org. Because ultimately anything that it comes up with is going to have implications for staff. I took the liberty of including all the staff on it. I recall that Dan and Julia and Nicole and I and Dave were interested. So Laura wants to be on. Who else wants to be on that task force on the future?
Phil.
Phil? Okay,
Yep.
so we got Phil and Laura.
I'll make a special thing for, okay.
Yeah, I will add you to the group. Does anybody have an interest in chairing it? Julie, you've sounded pretty interested in this activity. Do you have an interest in sharing this effort?
Well, I did have a question first on that. Could someone remind me of how we arrived at the timeline that we have?
That when we adopted it, it was a year, and that seemed like a reasonable time frame. I know that Phil has raised the issue of, is that really a reasonable, given that it's now almost February, is it reasonable to have June 2025 as a time, as a deadline? I would like to have something to report at the end of June at the meeting. I think it would be nice to have at least some preliminary outline of something that we've accomplished, to at least have something to show for a year's effort. I don't know that the final report could necessarily be done by then, but I think it would be nice to have some preliminary ideas by the end of June.
I mean, it could also be that at the end of June, the task force says, we think we need to keep going for another 6 months or a year,
Yeah.
or this should be ongoing.
Yeah.
I think we'll know more once the task force gets into it. But it doesn't, I think it would be ridiculous to suggest that we'll be able to figure out our entire future in 5 months.
No, I think at the preliminary report. Yeah, Laura.
We haven't even had a single meeting yet. We
Well,
don't have a mission or a charter
No,
or
we
a
do-
scope.
No, we do it. We do have a
So-
mission. We do have a mission. Which I sent
Okay.
around.
Futures?
The mission.
I did say-
Yeah, no, I did send around the. Here we go.
Gonna split up
The
into
mission is to
subclasses.
recommend how WART can best utilize
Three
available
actionable
and
problems.
emerging technologies and strategies to expand our listenership, volunteer participation, community impact, and revenue stream. So
Very
we do have a
good.
mission.
But the point that I was going to make, though, is that I think until we have like our first meeting and kind of set an agenda, figuring out, the timeline is kind of, it doesn't make much sense to me.
Well, right now,
It was in a board resolution.
yeah, I mean,
That created it. So unless we have
Yeah.
another board resolution that changes that timeline, which seems to me it's better to do after we hear from the task force in June. Because then we'll know it's an open-ended timeline or it's a 6-month
Yeah.
timeline. I mean, I can't imagine the circumstance in which the board would say to the task force, we don't like your timeline.
Can't we
No.
vote to extend it at that time?
yeah, absolutely.
course.
But
Let's
I
do
mean,
that.
I'm just
well,
saying
no,
it's
I don't want
premature
to. No,
now.
I don't want to do that now because I don't want to admit defeat. I want us to have.
No.
I want us to.
I'm saying if we need more time. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
then.
But I firmly believe that it would be a good thing for us to have at least a preliminary report to share at the annual meeting of, we've spent some time, here's some ideas, and this is how we're going to continue to proceed. But obviously we have to start with a meeting. Now we have a group that is we're going to accumulate more people because we put this thing in the Vol newsletter, we're getting some responses. Do people want me to call the first meeting and then at that meeting we will choose a chair?
I think that makes
Is
the
that what
most
people would
sense.
like?
Sure.
Yes, I think that's a good idea.
Okay, so I will send, I'll start the Google poll. We will schedule a meeting and we will proceed.
Sounds good.
Is that?
Sounds good.
Sounds good? Okay. And I think we've already got at least one topic to start addressing. Okay, so that
Oh, yeah.
is how I will send that Google poll out. We'll start that tomorrow and proceed. And I keep losing the agenda. Okay, the board staff, the other thing is the board staff retreat. Jeff has provided to staff with a copy to me his proposed agenda for both for the staff aspect, which I didn't think it was my place to comment on, but I appreciated the information, and an agenda for the joint effort. Doug, anything more you want to say about that?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
When do you think we'll receive this?
Well, we got it. We got the staff, the joint one just this afternoon. So I will share it. I'll share it promptly. I mean, we just got it today.
Yeah, and I'm sharing it with staff.
Okay.
Thank you.
And it's going to be 1 to 5, not 12 to 4.
Okay.
Next Saturday and Sunday, next Saturday for not this coming Saturday.
26th.
Yeah. For staff, and then us for the Sunday at Wilmore. And Doug, I know Jeff was thinking that maybe we needed the larger room. Is that going to be doable?
I mean, I already got the room we got for free, and like asking for an upgrade at this late time is kind of difficult.
Will we fit in that room?
I think we will fit in that room,
Okay.
because it says like up to like 20, and we've only got 16 bodies.
Okay.
Right,
It's
remember, some of these
actually
agendas will be virtual.
16 because it's 9 plus 7 and 1 virtual, and actually 2 virtual in the beginning. So yeah, I think we can make it work fine.
Okay. Okay. And I think we've got Jessica on the phone. Is that right?
She's asking me to text her the link.
Okay. Well, we're almost done.
I know, she can pop in for it.
Yeah. Okay. Anything? Well, boy, yeah. I mean, we're about to adjourn just as Jessica's.
I could say we just adjourned.
I
I haven't
you need to
responded.
say you're about to.
We're about
to.
Yeah.
Okay, here.
Unless we're going into closed session.
I have nothing
Okay.
going to closed session for.
Is that just their standard?
That's
all the
just there,
time?
just in case.
Got it.
Anybody have anything else? Doug, anything else from the staff's point of view that we need to know about?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay.
Wow, quick and
Um,
efficient, I like it.
then,
Move to adjourn?
any further discussion on that? Okay. We're adjourned.
All
Great.
right.
Thank you.
We're adjourned at 7:10.
And I will send out a scheduling.
Feel free if anybody
Yeah.
wants to take any more.
I'll send out.
I want more.
I will send out a Google Doc